The world's a dangerous place. Get the industry's original and most trusted laser sighting system from Crimson Trace. A laser and light systems will enhance your effectiveness and help keep you and your family out of harm's way.
Lock and load. It's time to load up on some intellectual ammunition with Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. It doesn't matter if you learn to shoot with Daniel Boone or you're brand new. You're welcome here. This is the original national talk show about guns, and Tom Gresham is your guide through the maze of ballistics and politics. So grab your phone and call in right now, 866-825-5486, or just dial 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Now, here's Tom. Broadcasting nationwide, this is Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. Your views, advice, and questions are the driving force of gun talk. Call Tom now at 866-TALK-GUN. That's 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Or reach out to us via email at tom@guntalk.com. Let us know what you think about the gun-related issues of the day. Now, here's Tom Gresham.
All right, appreciate you being with us. This is, in fact, Gun Talk. We're going to be talking about guns and gun stuff and optics and ammo and reloading and just about anything that has to do with guns. As long as you talk about it, the things we do them safely, we do them responsibly. We're the good guys and gals. We're the ones that you generally don't read about a lot in the newspapers because we just go about our business. We go out and shoot. We have fun. We compete. We hunt. We carry guns for self-defense, and we don't cause any problems. We also would like to not have people cause problems for us, which is why we prepare, which preparedness is going to be a subject we're going to be talking about in just a second. By the way, if you'd like to join us, 866-TALK-GUN, or just dial 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. My email is tom@guntalk.com, and over on Twitter, I'm at Gun Talk, where we have a conversation going over there. You can certainly join the folks who are yakking on Twitter. We're talking about Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper. Fascinating. Of course, he signed the magazine capacity limit and the other gun laws they had last year that caused such a hoorah. And then this past week, he was apologizing to the sheriff, saying, well, I'm really sorry that I cut you out of the process, and I'm really sorry I didn't return your calls, and I'm really sorry that I wouldn't take your meeting, and I'm really sorry we did not let you even testify in the legislature. And I really kind of misjudged the anti-gun sentiment out there. But, I really kind of had to do it because one of my staffers promised the gun banners that we would do this, and I couldn't go back on that. I swear, this is what he says. Now all of a sudden he's going, I didn't realize you guys were actually recording this. I thought this was like an off-the-record deal. No, you thought you could lie and not get caught? So now he's saying, well, if I had to do it all over again, well, I would sign the magazine capacity limit. I would sign the magazine ban. Sure. He doesn't know what he wants to do. Coloradans, you need to dump this guy. Dump the hick. Simple as that. All right, a lot of folks are talking preparedness, whether it's individual preparedness of getting yourself in shape, just being a better person, a stronger, more prepared person, taking self-defense classes, carrying a gun for self-defense, or going even further. And now we're going to have a brand new TV show about that on Sportsman Channel. Joining us right now is the host of the new America Unplugged show, Cade Courtley. How you doing, Cade?
I'm good, Tom. How you doing today?
Well, appreciate it. Now, you wrote the, the book on the SEAL Survival Guide. Now, were you a Navy SEAL?
I was. I was active duty for 9 years and then did another 7+ as a security contractor is how we're supposed to call it. But,
right.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah. Working for one of those groups. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I was a plank owner. Well, a plank owner is the term we use in the Navy when you're part of the first class, but I was one of the first guys with Blackwater back when Blackwater was everybody knew everybody, first name basis, really, really tight outfit, doing really good work, and unfortunately it kind of turned into the OK Corral, but it was what it was.
Yeah, it was what it was, exactly. So, you got the book out. Of course, people have already seen you on your shows on Discovery Channel, and now you got this new show on Sportsman Channel. What is this all about?
You know what? America Unplugged is about a group of people who have decided that they want to live off the grid, completely self-reliant. They have chosen to live a life where they don't need to rely on anybody other than themselves. So that means their own electricity, their own food source, their own water. You name it. And the great thing about these folks, it's not sort of the doomsday, the world's coming to an end kind of folks. These are really, really intelligent people. Mm-hmm. And when you see some of the stuff that they've created and how they're living their life, again, totally self-reliant, some of these folks should be working for NASA because it is absolutely incredible what some of these guys are doing. Like a guy who's got 7 different types of lettuce, or a guy who's got 8 different sources of water with backups, and it's really it's amazing, these folks.
I've got some friends who are doing this, and it's interesting. As you say, they're really smart. These folks that I know are, and they make really good money in really high-paying jobs. And because I know that the stereotype is, the doomsday preppers. These are the folks with only half a set of teeth and their knuckle draggers out there.
Yeah, they're sharpening their knives and their underwear in the basement and stuff. I tell you what, it's just not the case with these.
No, that's folks. Not these guys at all.
No, it was a personal. It was basically a choice that they've made, and it's funny. History will probably end up showing them as being the brightest people in the world.
Really.
But it literally is a choice. They're like, no, we just don't trust what's going on right now, and we want a plan B. And there's nothing wrong with having a plan B.
Well, and we all say, you ought to have a plan B, whether it's if you're carrying a gun or any security system, you ought to have a plan B. Well, what's your plan B? And people say, well, what are you afraid of? Are you thinking that, and it's interesting. They actually have some very clear ideas. They say, okay, the economy, we're running at a gazillion trillion dollar debt. That's unsustainable. Actually, I've got some friends who say, look, in an act of terrorism, if for instance, a dirty bomb went off in Washington, you might not need to exist off the grid for 2 years, but you probably are going to need 90 days.
Let me give you a good example of this. Superstorm Sandy was about 18 months ago, okay? Mm-hmm. So that basically took, I would say, 10 square blocks of New Jersey off the grid for a week. There was looting. There was... there were violent acts. And we're talking 10 square blocks. That was less than 2 miles from Manhattan. That was off the grid for a week. So let's do this on, not even a global scale, but let's say the entire United States all of a sudden is off the grid. You know what's going to happen when people get hungry after about 3 or 4 days?
Oh, yeah.
Forget about it.
Well, and the other thing is, in the show, I'm gathering what you're doing is you're going and showing what these people are doing, talking to them, show them to be the reasonable, rational people that they actually are.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so, and they really are. They're like I said earlier, incredibly intelligent folks that have said, hey, I could go check into the hotel and get room service, or I can go ahead and build a lifestyle and a life where I'm all good. I don't need any help.
And being unplugged is more involved than some people think. When you say you're going to be really off the grid, that involves an awful lot of choices. And don't you find a lot of them work kind of so that they all have help from a like-minded group? They work together?
Well, it's interesting. Some of these folks I am all by myself, and I don't want anybody to know where I'm living. I've got it covered. And some of them have done it as communities, like you said, like-minded communities where everybody sort of brings a strength to the community, which is great. But I'll be honest with you, for some people, when you say unplugged, that means you can't use your cell phone for an hour.
Right. Yeah, really.
and it's unfortunate because that's kind of where we're at as a nation. But these folks, it really, what they've gone and they've done, everything, again, from food, water, shelter, and then, when you have all that, you need to be able to protect it, and security, which is a fascinating aspect of being unplugged. Because, when it hits the fan, people are going to be coming to you, and you're going to have to be able to protect that lifestyle that you've created and you've been smart enough to sort of put together. So.
Right, and the information on this, the new season for Sportsman Channel starts the 30th of June, and do you remember what night your show is going to be on?
We are every night, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And, it's interesting, when I was coming into the call, I used to live in Colorado, and I grew up there, and I had to leave about 6 months ago because the place that I grew up and I loved, and the place that now that Dickenlooper is, doing what he's doing, has completely changed. I literally had to leave Colorado, the place I called home, because it just wasn't the same place it used to be. And I'm a proud resident of Texas now.
There you go, and good on Texas. And I'm glad to have you down here close to us. I'm in Louisiana, just across the border there.
Absolutely.
Well, Cade, look, I appreciate it. I wish you tons of luck. It sounds like a fascinating show. The show is called
America Unplugged.
America Unplugged on the Sportsman Channel.
Thursday
You can also
night,
go
8 p.m.
There you go, and you can also go to thesportsmanchannel.com and get information on that and all the other shows that are going to be starting up.
Awesome.
There you go. Thanks so much. I appreciate it, and I wish you tons of luck with it.
Tom, keep doing what you're doing, man.
All right, you take care. All right, 866-TALK-GUN, 866-TALK-GUN. Be right back with more Gun Talk.
Brownells proudly celebrates 75 years of history and heritage as the world's first choice for firearms, accessories, ammunition, and gunsmithing tools. So whether you're a gunsmith in need of parts and supplies, a new shooter looking for the perfect holster, or a skilled competitor seeking the latest gear, Brownells has what you need. And best of all, every purchase comes with the industry's only forever satisfaction guarantee. Visit us at brownells.com.
Looking for shooting instruction but don't know where to go? Well, we have it, and you can access hours of training and safety videos, which you can watch on your home computer. On GunTalkTV.com, we have top competitive shooters, the best in self-defense trainers, and folks who have hunted all over the world, helping you learn which gun to buy, how to use it, how to store it safely, and everything else you need to be a safe and competent shooter. We also have gun makers showing off their newest rifles, shotguns, and handguns. Doesn't matter if you're a veteran shooter or a complete beginner, you'll find what you need at GunTalkTV.com. You can check it out for free, and you can get full access for only $5.95 a month. That gives you unlimited access to hundreds of videos, and we're adding more all the time. Run the videos over and over to make sure you understand what's being said. Skip around. You're in control. Get smarter. Shoot better. Visit GunTalkTV.com.
In the war on terror, fighting crime in the streets, in competition and homes around the world, one name in firearms stands out: Sig Sauer. Our pistols and rifles are renowned for their unfailing performance. This same commitment to excellence can be found in our line of SigTac accessories and the training offered by the Sig Sauer Academy. For unmatched quality, reliability, and innovation when it counts, choose Sig Sauer. Visit SigSauer.com today.
Crossbreed Holsters is broadening our product selection to serve more of your concealed carry needs. With products handmade in the USA, like the bedside backup, gun belts, and of course our world-famous Super Tuck and Mini Tuck holsters, we understand what works, and we take pride in providing you with a quality product. At Crossbreed Holsters, we live and breathe concealed carry. We make and sell products that we believe in and products that our customers love. To see more, go to crossbreedholsters.com. That's crossbreedholsters.com.
Coming up, the whole crew chimes in an on-topic, off-topic free-for-all. Be sure and stick around for the Gun Talk After Show.
And we're back with you. 866-TALK-GUN will get you in. Michelle is on line 3 out of California. Hey, Michelle, welcome to Gun Talk.
Hello.
Hi there.
I received a Charter Arms Bulldog for my birthday in January.
Uh-huh.
And I love the weapon. I have no issues with it, except for the fact that I am having issues finding ammo for it.
Okay. Where are you looking?
I'm in Fresno, California.
I mean, are you looking at stores? Exactly where are you going for ammo?
Primarily the local stores, Big Five, Herb Bauer. My boyfriend's been to Bass Pro Shop.
Okay, I'm going to suggest you find a real gun store instead of a department store, because you're describing what are basically department stores.
Okay.
Go to a gun store and or call around and just say, look, do you have any 44 special ammo? There's not a huge demand for 44 special. I bet you can find some. Now you can always buy ammo online. I don't remember. I think there's some kind of a restriction on that in California. Me being the anarchist that I am, I probably would just ignore that if you could get it shipped in, but you probably can't. So you probably just need to run around and find a gun store or have them order it for you. A gun store will just order that for you if you want them to.
Okay,
I don't know what's going on in the back there. I tell you what, Michelle, I've got to run because I can't have that whatever music is going on that back there in the background. Look, I appreciate it. I wish you luck with it. Line 2, Andrew is with us out of Texas. Hello, Andrew.
Hey, how's it going, Tom?
I'm good. What you looking for?
Well, I'm in the market for a compact 1911. I really like the Springfield EMP and the Kimber Ultra Carry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering if there's anything that you would recommend that's, well, not $1,100 to $1,200. If there's something that's,
mm-hmm.
a little bit lesser than that, but still high quality.
Let me ask you this. You're looking for, because there are essentially 3 different sizes in 1911s. Just round them off, basically 5.4 3-inch barrels. A lot of folks say, I want to get a 3-inch barrel, but if you're carrying, it's all about how you carry it. If you're carrying inside the waistband, I would suggest that maybe something the 4.4 1/4-inch barrel length is going to be just fine. How do you carry?
I carry in my waist, and also I have a vest. Usually when I'm on my motorcycle, I'll have it in my vest.
Okay. Will a commander size 4 1/4-inch barrel work in your vest pocket?
I believe it will. Let's see, I've got a Ruger SR9C that fits there perfect with the extended mag in there.
That's a nice pistol, by the way. I like that SR9C, really do.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, what is it about it? Why are we going to a 1911? What are you looking for exactly? Are you looking for 40? Obviously, you're not looking for 45 because if you're looking at the Springfield EMP, that's a 9 and 40.
Right. Yes, I'd like to have a 9mm. Just that's what most of my pistols are. I just really like the looks of the 1911s. I like how they shoot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I would think any of the major brands, Smith makes a bunch, Springfield makes a bunch of 1911s. Obviously, I'm thinking SIG, Springfield, Smith & Wesson. Oh, it's like everybody makes them now. I used to have a Kimber Ultra Carry, worked just fine. Here's what you run into. When you get to the smallest version of 1911s, in 45 at least, it's hard to get them to work correctly. I'm also going to throw a thought out for you, and I know this is not what you're asking, but I'm just going to throw this out. You might want to look at this latest generation of non-1911s, the Springfield Armory XDS, the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield, and a couple of the little guns from SIG. And of course, you already have the Ruger SR9, or otherwise I would mention that one. I think that for a lot of reasons, these may be better than 1911s for what you're doing. Just my take on it.
For everyday carry. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And also, they're going to be affordable. I have been carrying a Springfield XDS 3.3-inch barrel, 9mm for the last 2 weeks now. Man, it's a nice gun. Nice and light and thin and delightful. It's kind of like the Shield. It's in there. You're getting the same kind of mag capacity with an extended mag that you're going to get with a 1911, and they shoot great. You have no bad choices here, but I'm going to suggest you at least consider that. And since you already have the SR9C, you're familiar with that. But here's what I will tell you. The Springfield Armory XDM is a fabulous pistol. Shoots great. But as you say, they're what, $1,100 ballpark?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's just where you are. But it sounds to me like you've kind of got this figured out. You just got to, you have the hard part. I have the easy part. I can kind of dance around it. You got to make the hard decision and pick one. That's the hard thing, man.
Right. I just wondered if, you had a preference on, the best deal for the money right now in the market. And you're saying you like the XDS, which, it's not a 1911, but it is a great gun. Do you recommend that in the 9mm or
I would
45?
That's personal preference, but I'll tell you what I would do. If you can find the 4-inch barrel XDS, that's the one I would get. I would get that one because it shoots great. 4-inch barrel. Not going to be any harder to conceal, and it shoots. It's just a little bit easier to shoot, and you'll have a lot of fun with that at the range. They're crazy accurate. We've been shooting them out at 100 yards. Really, 100 yards with that gun. No problem. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your help, bud. Thanks for having me on.
All right, you take care. Good luck with that one. Let's see here. Let me grab Gary on line 1 out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Hey, Gary. Is Gary still there? Oh, all right. I don't know if we still have Gary or not. I guess I think he dropped. Let's go pick up Robert on line 3 out of Fresno. Hey, Robert.
Hi, how are you? I have a question for you.
Okay.
Yes, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
My son wants to buy a High Point 45, and he says that he can get one for $200.
Uh-huh.
Now, my concern is a lot of times when you buy something cheap, you pay for it later on down the line, especially because he does security, and he wants to get his armed permit, and he wants to carry it with him.
Right.
But there. Now, my concern is if he ever needs to use it, do it with the price. Now, how liable is that weapon?
Look, the High Points shoot just fine. They're reliable. If you were going to shoot it a lot, it might not be my choice. If he's going to go shoot a little bit and train with it. And look, any gun's better than no gun, and if that's what you could afford, then that's what you could afford. If you said, I've got $400 or $500 to spend, then, boy, the world opens up. But at $200, you're looking at either used guns, which can be a really good deal, or a High Point, which is okay. He can get a decent gun there. So I wouldn't turn him off of that. It's not what I would get, but I buy guns for the long run, and I shoot them a lot. That's the other part. If you're going to shoot it a lot, that might not be the one, but if you're just going to carry it a lot, you get what you can afford. I think it'll be fine. Look, don't worry about it. The main thing is make sure he gets some training and gets out there and practices and really knows what he's doing with it. Training beyond just security training. I'm talking about real, serious self-defense shooting training. 866-TALK-GUN.
Tom Gresham's Gun Talk is broadcast nationwide every Sunday. If you can't hear Gun Talk where you live, call your local talk format station and clue them in on Gun Talk. Stay tuned. We're coming right back. Now broadcasting nationwide on radio, via satellite, and through downloads, iTunes, the Gun Talk app, and other podcast clients. You're listening to Gun Talk with Tom Gresham.
All right. Sweet. Got the new Glock 42, and I have the brand spanking new Crimson Trace laser guard on it. Thing looks like it was molded in like it's part of the pistol. Sweet. I mean, this is a nice setup. Nice pistol and a really nice implementation of Crimson Trace's laser guard system, which is pretty darn slick. I really like the way they do this. All right, let's talk to Chris. He's calling in from Wyoming. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Tom. How are you?
How can we? Good. You got a range report for us?
Yeah, I got a Springfield range officer about a month ago or so in 9mm.
Ooh, I like the 9.
Yeah, it's the reason why I don't have any 9mm, and I'm reloading today.
You shot it all up?
Pretty much.
Okay, well, tell everybody about that pistol. How's it shooting for you?
Well, it's really nice having almost no recoil and also having a centerfire cartridge that operates the gun, and it's very accurate.
Yes. In fact, the 9s, believe it or not, are more accurate than the 45s.
Yeah, and it's just a pleasure to shoot. And
well, what was it that made you... What made you decide to do that? I mean, because it's fairly new offering, and I've talked about it here, and I've talked about how much I like it, but I'm just curious, why did you decide to go with that?
Well, I work in a gun store, and they come in, new stuff comes in all the time, and there was one before it, and on my day off, it got sold. And I came in, and it wasn't there, so the next time it came in, I had to jump on it.
Oh, boy. So how much have you shot it so far?
I probably put about 500 rounds through it.
All right. How's it running for you?
Flawless. It had a little bit of a break-in period, and after that, it's eating factory ammo, my reloads, lead or jacketed bullets.
Sweet. All right. Well, look, I appreciate the range report. I've been talking about that pistol. The range officer in 9mm, 1911s and 9mm are just so incredibly sweet. And what I like to do is take one like that and then start tinkering with it. I put the thin grips on it and maybe a drop safety lever and some other things and just sweeten it up, because that's one of the things we like to do with 1911s. We do things to them and make them our guns ourselves. Thanks for the call. I appreciate that. Charlie is with us out of Washington State. Hey, Charlie.
Hi, Tom. How you doing this afternoon?
Good.
Just wanted to let you know I picked up one of the Gen 2 DMPS Recons. I've been looking in a 308 in an AR platform and saw the reviews and thought, well, I'll give it a try. Mm-hmm. It lives up to its reputation.
Does it now?
It is a wonderful rifle. It's well on its way to becoming my go-to gun. It digested everything I've thrown at it, from soft points to reloads. It shoots better than I can shoot. As a matter of fact, I need to get some optics for it, because it obviously can do a lot better than I can do with iron sights.
Well, but it's funny, I was just going to ask you what you put on it, but you're still shooting with the iron sights.
Yeah, I'm still, and it comes standard with the Magpul flip-up sights.
Right.
And even with those, which are fairly minimalistic, it's very accurate.
I also noticed that it comes with the AAC blackout suppressor adapter so that you could put a suppressor on it. Is that on your wish list?
Yeah, most certainly is. It's I have a suppressor on order in 5.56, and I'm thinking to myself, boy, I think I made a mistake. Oh, well, guess you can get another suppressor.
That's right. You can get you another one. So, okay, the question is, and people are asking, they're thinking, why an AR platform in 308? What are you going to do with it?
Well, I've been looking at some of the different calibers other than the 5.56 for my AR-15, and I've been thinking maybe something like the 6.8 or 6.5 Creedmoor. I'd like to do a little bit longer range shooting, maybe get into heavy iron division on 3-gun, that kind of thing.
Nice.
Just reach out and touch something that I'm really not able to do. I can do it, but not with authority in the 5.56. And you know what? It's accurate enough that it may even become a hunting rifle. I'm not sure.
How's the trigger?
It's for an AR. It's really good. It will accept regular AR triggers. Everything behind the magwell is pretty much you can pretty much use stock parts. You don't have to go with the AR-10 parts. But the trigger that comes with it is just fine. I was having so much fun shooting it that I wasn't really even paying attention to the trigger. It recoils lightly enough that, you know it's a 308, but it's light enough that you can just keep pulling the trigger and just having fun without beating yourself to death.
What fun. Well, look, I appreciate the range report. DPMS Gen 2 Recon got a real strong, favorable report there. If you've got a gun you want to tell us about, give us a range report. Just give us a holler, 866-TALK-GUN. Hey, Keith, don't go anywhere. We're going to get to you when we come back, but we do have room. Oh, Ian just popped in. We'll grab Ian. Well, we still got lines left for you. 866-TALK-GUN.
Hi, I'm Michael Bain. You know I hate cleaning guns, so anything that makes that job faster and easier is definitely a plus. And that's where Bore Tips come in. These reusable, lint-free cleaning swabs make cleaning a breeze. And the tighter-fitting Bore Tips do a better job on barrels than cotton mops or patches. Hey, it's a dirty job. Let Bore Tips help. To find a dealer, visit boretips.com.
great trigger can make you a better shooter. For over 60 years, Timney triggers have been trusted by hunters and shooters everywhere. Timney triggers are proudly made in the USA and come with a lifetime warranty. Installation is easy. Give yourself the Timney Trigger advantage. To see more and order online, go to timneytriggers.com. That's TIMNEY triggers.com.
You bet your life on your defense ammo. Get the proven performance of Nosler bullets in the new Nosler Defense Ammunition. Featuring the same technology as the famous AccuBond line. Polymer tipper hollow point. Bonded performance handgun bullets for weight retention and barrier penetration. Available only in Nosler Defense Ammunition in 9mm, 40, and 45 caliber. Also available in 223 with a 64-grain bullet. Visit Nosler.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Gresham. For more than 40 years, I've been watching an environmental disaster in my backyard, and it actually impacts all sportsmen in America. I'm talking about the massive loss of land on the Louisiana coastline. The U.S. Geological Survey said the swamps and marshes of coastal Louisiana are among the nation's most fragile and valuable wetlands. That land is disappearing. The Mississippi River Delta hosts as many as 10 million ducks and geese every winter. These are birds which migrate northward through the states, all the way to Canada. The wetlands of the Delta support some of America's best fresh and saltwater fishing. And here's the deal. The wetlands of the Mississippi River Delta are disappearing at a rate of 1 football field every hour. 1 football field every hour. Gone. We can reconnect the river with its wetlands and restore the Delta, but we need your help. Please visit vanishingparadise.org. That's vanishingparadise.org.
Are you looking for a place to shoot? The National Shooting Sports Foundation has a great website called wheretoshoot.org. It's the largest database of shooting ranges on the internet. It's also a great resource for shooters where you can find video tips, printable targets, and a lot more. Find it online at wheretoshoot.org. And while you're there, download their free iPhone app. That's wheretoshoot.org.
Want to have some more fun after today's radio broadcast of Gun Talk? Stick around for the after show with Tom, Jim, Michelle, and Michael. Now, more Gun Talk.
All right, going to go straight to the phones now. Keith is with us out of Florida. Hey, Keith, what's this about a permit?
Yes, sir. His relationship to one of your last callers, the fireman, he said he wouldn't carry a gun no more because he had to draw, let's say, brandish a firearm in self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
How to put this so you can understand. I put 12 years in the Marines. I carry actively. I got a concealed weapons permit and all that. What I don't understand is when people live in states where you can openly or get concealed permits with or without permits, why are they not actively doing so? It scares me to think that people get concealed weapons permits, which are basically worthless as far as I'm concerned, and they don't actively carry. They don't actively carry with their permits or not. They don't get no training. Mm-hmm. If you understand what I'm trying to say, it bothers me.
Yeah, why?
That they get the permit in the first place.
I've always wondered, why do you get it and not carry? I mean, what was that all about?
I know so many people with the permits, and I ask them how often do they carry? How do they carry? Are they actively right men carrying? And the answer is no. They carry once a year, or just when they go out at night or something to the local grocery store or the convenience store. And I said, you're a threat to your own life as well as others. You don't.
Well, you know what I tell them? I always tell them, look, it must be great to be clairvoyant so that you can know when trouble's going to come. I understand. Let me quickly, I got a couple more to get in here. Ian has called us out of South Dakota. Ian, how are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good. XD?
Yeah, I have one in a 9, a 40, and a 45, a compact.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all spectacular. I mean, my 9-year-old shoots my 9, and she doesn't have any problem with the recoil. The recoil is a little bit strong on the 44. You know, it stovepipes it because it goes through her arms. But my real question was, those 6 hours? I have an M400.
Right.
And is that 516 or that 515? Is that a better 6-hour AR? than the 400.
516?
Yeah, it's a piston-driven one instead of the gas.
You know, the whole deal of gas versus piston is so much a personal preference deal. I can make an argument for either one. If you're in battle, maybe when you can't clean your gun, or if you don't clean guns, maybe the piston works better for you. It also gives you some options if you're shooting suppressors. If you're willing to clean your gun, I think a gas impingement system works just fine. But that really is personal preference. And of course, you're going to pay more for piston guns; they're more expensive.
Yeah, it's $500 more. It's for my 9-year-old daughter, so.
You know what? I would probably get her the straight-up gas impingement gun, and then teach her to clean the gun. Not a problem. Right. That'll work. All right, let's appreciate it, Ian. We got time for John in here. Wes and Jack, don't go anywhere. We are going to get to you, but John's in Louisiana. Hey, John, how are you?
Hey, I'm going to try and be quick. You know, I got a bunch of friends in Montana that always ask me, why don't you own a gun? And I said, because too many people need shooting. Well, now it comes to the conclusion that all those people that need shooting have guns, and I need to have one too. Now, I've practiced with their guns, 9mm mostly, and I'm a darn good shot, but I've got some requirements, and I need to find a gun of my own. Low recoil is kind of a requirement because I notice my aim's a lot worse when the recoil's harder for some reason. And I don't like loud noises too much. I want to stick with a 9mm, so I'm just wondering what you would recommend that I would look into as far as something that I could use. They said from 30 yards, I kept about a 1.5-inch grouping at a 10 shot. So
let me ask you,
would you be excellent shooting? So I'm not worried about my aim, but I do need a gun that I can fire.
Would you be carrying this gun or have it just for home defense?
No, I actually want to. I know in Montana we're allowed to open carry without even having a permit. I don't know what the laws are in Louisiana. I intend to find out, but I'd prefer to open carry myself. So
okay, you can carry in Louisiana. You can open carry in Louisiana. That's legal. Because we're short on time, let me jump into this. I'm going to suggest, because you're concerned with recoil, look for one of the modern guns, Smith & Wesson M&P, the Springfield Armory XDM. That era, because what you've got is the bore line, the barrel is lower in your hand. The way they've designed these modern frames, you will get less felt recoil from them. And really any of the new striker-fired guns from any of the manufacturers are going to have that same thing, as opposed to the old 1911 45 style, which the barrel is a little bit higher. You're just going to get less felt recoil. And they're very accurate. And, you know, really, John, here's what it comes down to. What town are you in, by the way?
Shreveport.
Shreveport. Okay, you got some good gun stores. I'm in South Louisiana, grew up in Natchitoches. You got some good gun stores there. You got the folks over at Clark Custom Guns. You can always go over and talk to them. But try some of these guns in your hand. If you can rent, that's always worthwhile to rent and shoot them. But try them in your hand. You're going to find one you say, wow, that's great. And the others are going to be, okay. The one that you feel like that really feels great, that's the one. I mean, it really is that simple. But just buy a good brand name. I would suggest the newer polymer, plastic, if you will, just because it gets the bore line lower in your hand and you're going to have less felt recoil. I think that's going to work for you. The other thing, of course, is you're already a good shot. Go out and get a little bit of training. You'd be amazed what a good shooting instructor can do for both your accuracy but also your speed of shooting. And it sounds like if you're shooting very accurately, the area where you may need to work on is just speed and keep the accuracy and just learn to shoot faster. I mean, that's just a case of getting a little training and practice. You're going to have some fun, man. I envy you this journey, and you'll have a ball. Oh, by the way, John, if you're going to open carry in Louisiana, you need to learn about that. There's a group called Open Carry Louisiana, opencarryla.com. You can get a lot of information online about that. So just check that out. Know the laws. They've got the handouts. Get a good retention holster. If you're going to open carry, get a holster that locks the gun in. It doesn't just slide out so somebody can't just grab the gun and yank it out. And there are some good quality retention holsters out there. I wish you luck with it. Wes and Jack, don't go anywhere. We're going to get to you in just a second here. If you'd like to join us, we still do have time. All you have to do is give us a call, 866-TALK-GUN, 866-TALK-GUN, because we're going to keep talking as we move into what we call the after show. It gets just a little bit looser, if that's possible. We kind of go crazy. Michael and Jim are going to be here. We're going to yak about training and guns and the range reports and the ones we like and the ones we don't like. And you can join that just by calling us 866-TALK-GUN. In the meantime, have a great week. Go out and do a little shooting and be safe.
Join the NRA via Tom Gresham's Gun Talk website and receive $10 off the regular membership price. Log on to guntalk.com for details. You're listening to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. Just because we're wrapping up on the air doesn't mean we're done talking about guns. Stick around for the after show. It's our podcast-only version designed to include all the stuff we simply couldn't fit into a regular show. Call in now at 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Now, back to Tom.
Did you ever have one of those days? Yes, indeed. We are back. Absolutely. Yes, we're not leaving you quite yet. I got a few more minutes here. So we do have time to get you in. 866-TALK-GUN will get you in here. Let's see. Wes is in Clovis, California. Hello, Wes. How are you?
Good afternoon. Hey, I want to ask you something.
Okay.
Right after the Sandy Hook thing, I was part of that, the gun rush where everybody was going out trying to get product because we thought that, they do their best to try to get things out of people's houses or off the market or whatever.
Right.
So I bought what they said was an AR-15. But when I got it home, the top part, and I now know that's called a receiver, says AR-57. What is that?
What caliber is it stamped?
Okay, it stamps 5.7 by 28 millimeter.
Interesting. That is the cartridge it's basically a little bitty 22 cartridge.
Yeah.
And it's been used primarily in pistols and in the the P90 carbine rifle, but I have not run across that in an AR type platform before. So you've obviously not shot this gun.
Oh, I have shot it a couple times. It jammed and had to have a gunsmith go in there because the casings would jam into the bullet itself, and it'd spit them out. The thing that makes me nervous about it is on the top part of the receiver. That's where the magazine goes. Okay, in other words, it spits the bullet out of the bottom as opposed to putting the magazine in through the bottom. Okay.
Are you sure you don't have a P90S?
It beats me. All I'm doing is I'm just going off the markings that are stamped into the top of the receiver.
Because the P90 has a 30-round magazine that goes on top. It's kind of a plastic-looking magazine. Is it clear, flat?
That's what this is. Only it has a capacity of 50.
Okay, maybe it is 50. It's a clearish, flat magazine.
Yeah. Yeah, when you load it, it's almost like, the turntables on the little street cars up in San Francisco, where you stick it in and then you push it down and then it cranks about 90 degrees.
Okay, that's a great description. I think you have a P90S. That's what you have, which should work just fine if that's what it is. If it's something else, then I don't know what it is.
I'll tell you what, the only thing that I feel comfortable about on this particular gun, since I've been trying to do my research and try to figure out, it looks like it's two different platforms that got hooked together, or a platform with a different receiver on top. But the top part, the sight, at least says Sig Sauer on it, and I'm thinking, well, I can rely on that, because I know they're good.
Right. Huh. I don't know what the heck that is. Tell you what you do. Do me a favor. Send me a picture of that. My email is tom@guntalk.com. I want to find out what's going on with that pistol rifle and find out what it is. My email again, tom@guntalk.com. We'll see if we can help you out that way, and we'll carry on this conversation. By the way, if you'd like to get in on the after show, which is coming right up this time, really it is, 866-TALK-GUN. We got somebody who wants to take issue with me. Somebody's going to beat me up on the after show. Well, that's fine. That's okay. I'll give you your time, whatever. You can have the floor. We actually have a lot of time in the after show if you'd like to join us there. So call me right now, 866-TALK-GUN. That'll get you in. Now, this time I am going to go out, do some shooting, and please, please, please carry everywhere, and let's be careful.